Welcome to the class on basic electronic circuits. Today we will be studying characteristics of common emitter, both input and output, and we'll also do it for both NPN and PNP transistors. So let's start with LT Spice. We'll be doing a schematic, so we'll be selecting new schematic, and then I'll be selecting symbols. So you can take components from either this symbol here, or you can simply press F2 and the dialog box for components will be open. Now let me select an NPN transistor. So that's an NPN transistor. I need two batteries to forward bias and reverse bias my input and output junction. So I'll be selecting batteries. Okay. One for the input and the other for the output. I'll rearrange my components so that I'll be able to make a proper circuit diagram. So I'm doing a common emitter, so my emitter is going to be acting as my reference. My input junction is going to be forward bias, so base has to be connected, which is P is going to be connected to positive plate of the battery, and N that is emitter has to be connected to negative plate of the battery to ensure that the input junction, that is base emitter junction, is forward bias, and the output is to be connected in reverse bias. So let's start with wiring. I'll also need a ground tool to ground my circuit, so I'll be selecting a ground component, and I'll also connect it to my circuit using the wire tool. Now let's rearrange them. So I'll call my input battery as VBB since I am connecting it to the base. So let me rename it as VBB. And anyway, I'm going to vary it, but right now I'll give it 5 volts. Output battery, I'll call it to be VCC. And the value of the battery would be say around 10 volts. You can use the hand tool to change the position of the components. Okay, let me also change the transistor. Let me take a transistor which is BC547B. I'm doing that because that is the most commonly available transistor even in the lab. So you can also verify your results practically. So once that is done, now I can start with simulation. So let me give the output statement as well. So we are doing input and output characteristics. So first we'll start off with input characteristics. So I'll be varying my input battery. It will be a linear variation. It will start from 0 volts, go up to 5 volts, say in steps of 0.1 or in steps of 1. Yeah. So let me start with simulation now. Now I have to plot the current. So I have to look out for this kind of a milliammeter tool. So I get this current which is IBQ. So you see after approximately around 1 volt, I get a characteristics change in my current as with reference to change in voltage. So that is when my base emitter junction has become forward bias. Let me also see variations of VCC, that is output battery, on my input current. So I can also do that. So I can add in a second source for variation. So second source that I'm varying is VCC. Suppose I want 3 readings of change in IB due to VCC. So I'll vary VCC from 0 to 10 volts in steps of 5. And let me simulate it. So as you can see, I can see 3 different readings now for IB. So I have plotted IB, which is my input current, with change in VBE, and I've also plotted it with change in VCC. Now I can also find out characteristics like input resistance. So input resistance is nothing but inverse of this slope. So you can find out values of VB at a particular point and corresponding ID and find out the resistance. Yeah, so that's about the input characteristics of common emitter amplifier or common emitter circuit. Let's do output characteristics. So when I do output characteristics, I just have to change my first source. So my first source, I'm going to vary my output current with reference to input to output voltage. So let me have the variation 0 to 10, say in steps of 2. So at least I'll be able to see 5 characteristics. And I'll also vary my input battery to observe effect of input voltage on or input current on my output current. Yeah, so maybe that variation can be 0 to 5 in steps of 1. Okay. Now remember, I want to see IC current, so I need not plot IB, I will be plotting IC current. Again, I will be looking out for my milliammeter tool. So this is my milliammeter tool and I'll plot my IC. So as you can see, let me maximize it. So as you can see, the characteristics of common emitter output characteristics are already plotted. You can clearly see the cutoff region, the saturation region and the linear region. Again, from this graph, you can easily find out the output resistance RO for the circuit. Yes, so let's move back to the circuit. Now suppose I want to plot characteristics, input and output characteristics for my PNP transistor. I can easily go ahead and do so. So let me change my transistor. Now the transistor that I would want is a PNP transistor. So let me pick up a PNP transistor, yeah, and place it here. Again, as I did for my NPN transistor, I'll select a transistor which is easily available in our labs. So let's do that. Yeah, so I'll pick up new transistor and I'll be picking up BC557B, which is exact reciprocal of what I did for NPN. I had taken BC547B, here I have taken 557B, right, and it is easily available. So now let's simulate this. Now first I'm going to simulate my output characteristics. Now if you observe my output characteristics, I have not changed any other parameters because I'm varying VCC and I'm also varying VBB so that I'll be able to see my characteristics. Yeah, so now if I see here, my characteristics are exactly opposite. Let me go back to my circuit. Now remember, I had to make input junction forward bias and I had to make output junction reverse bias. So let me also reverse the batteries. Why? Because input, now my base is an N-type region and my emitter is a P-type region. Yes, because it's a PNP transistor. So let me reverse my battery. Also, let me do the same with my output battery. Again, my collector is a P-type material, and if I have to reverse bias it, I have to connect it to the negative plate of the battery. Okay, so let me again plot the characteristics now. Okay, now you can see I've plotted my ICQ. Okay, so as you all can see, the ICQ will surely be negative because I'm talking about an PNP transistor. If I want to see it similar to what I had seen for an NPN transistor, I can plot minus ICQ. Okay, so this is the current. Remember, when I do PNP transistor, my IC is negative. So what I plotted right now is minus ICQ. And even in this, it is clearly visible that there are three regions of operation. One which is cutoff, the other which is saturation, and then I have the active region. You can easily find out characteristics like output resistance from the output graph. Yes. Now let's move ahead and plot also the input characteristics for a PNP transistor connected in common emitter configuration. So I'll have to change the biasing condition. So first source is going to be VBB because I'm going to vary VBB to observe IB. I'll vary it from 0 to 5 in steps of say 1. And I'll also vary my output source. So my second source I'm going to vary going to be VCC from 0 to 10 in say 0 to 10 in say steps of 5. Let me now plot that current. Remember, I want an IB current and not an ICQ current. So I'll change the plot variable. So now my plot variable is going to be my IBQ. This is a voltage probe, but what I want is a milliammeter probe. So I'll be selecting this probe and I'll be plotting IBQ. Again, the current for PNP transistor is negative. So if I want to see or compare it with my NPN transistor, I can simply plot minus IBK. Yeah, so what I've plotted right now is my minus IBK. Also, as you can see, this other window, you get horizontal and vertical values which you can use to calculate the slope and then the resistance. Yeah, so that is my input characteristics for PNP transistor. So we've plotted, today we've seen how to plot input and output characteristics for a common emitter circuit with both NPN and PNP transistor. Thank you.